Well, I guess when friends asked us to join them on their sailing trip, we really had, it sounded exciting, but we really had no idea what it was all about, and we hadn't heard of 45 degree sailing. We didn't know anything about Nick and Mahina, and we thought, well, why don't we go online and have a look? So we did a bit of research, and everything looked amazing. The boat, all the photography that was there. I mean, I really wanted to be there just from what was on the website. Some of the things that we were looking for in that decision making was, is it just going to be like every other kind of run-of-the-mill sailing trip that you can do from there? We knew that there were a lot of other people that you could charter a boat with and have that experience with. For me, learning how to sail has always been a bit of a dream of mine, so I was wondering if I'd actually get an opportunity to learn, if someone was going to be able to pass that knowledge on. What's a boat actually going to be like? I've never been on a boat like that before, so I wanted to make sure that the boat was comfortable and that we could have a good time, and there was enough space. With 6 adults and 2 kids, we were thinking we're going to be living on top of each other. So comfort was another big thing, and I guess value for money was another one. It's a long way to travel for that experience, coming from Australia all the way across to Croatia. We were hoping that it was going to meet all of that criteria.
Well, I wanted to know that these people knew what they were doing. Did they understand what they were going to be on about, where we're going to be safe and where we're going to have a good time? So I was also looking for that as well.
My favourite moment, hands down, was this place called, and I'm not going to reveal the location, but it's a place called Spot X, and it's a pretty magical place, accessible only by foot or by boat. Disappearing behind some wooden doors into the earth for an experience that involved wine and cheese was amazing. So I found myself walking down these hand-carved stairs and tears were forming in my eyes, and it was just one of those magical places that could only have been found by people that really care about what they do, and people that build relationships with the locals in the area and really get to know the island and what's actually available to you at each of these different spots.
Yeah, I think for my favourite moment was the entire trip, really. I think 2 particular stand out in mind is diving off the front of the boat, straight into the amazing blue turquoise water, and just being able to swim out safely into the water and look back at the boat and go, wow, I'm really here. I've really had an amazing time. And I think also one of the other evenings that we were out on the organic farm, just sit there as the sun's going down, you're drinking the organic wine that's come from the vineyard that you're looking over, the food is grown on location, and again, similar to what Claire said, it's a location that is in Croatia. We would never have known about it had we not been with Nick and Mahina, and to have that experience with them and the other family that we're traveling with was just amazing.
Having people that really are passionate about their business and have taken the time to build strong relationships with locals means that you can have really cool experiences that a lot of other people don't have. You don't quite know what you don't know, so you don't know to ask for it. So when it gets delivered to you as a beautiful surprise, it just adds a nice little cherry on top of an amazing trip anyway. Sailing for me, learning how to sail was massive, and Nick was amazing. He was very encouraging, was happy to answer any questions that I had, and he was really able to instill that love of sailing that he has in me, to the point where it's something that I really want to pursue now that I'm home. Mahina and her food, oh my God, amazing. Every breakfast, every lunch was just phenomenal. It was just this perfect, you wake up and it was just this perfect coffee that was made, and then the perfect breakfast that you would, she whips eggs like nobody. And the salads, what she manages to pull out of such a little kitchen to deliver every day is just amazing. It just really took the thinking out of everything, and it was just these beautiful, healthy, nutritious meals that everybody loved, really catered to everybody's specific needs.
Yeah, I think the overall sense that we were with a couple that knew exactly what they were doing. We always felt safe, we always felt looked after, and you felt really confident that you were going to have a great experience, and that if anything was to go wrong, not that it did, that we were in great hands. And I loved also the patience that Nick and Mahina have for people, guests that probably weren't as familiar with sailing initially. They really have an ability to understand where you're coming from and be able to tailor their response and the experience to you. and so ensure you have a great time. And I love the fact that they responded. You know, if you want to sail like Claire did, heaps and heaps and heaps, then they'll get involved and help you do that. If you want to sit on the front deck and just sun yourself, which I did for a bit, they're totally cool with that as well. And
Set
so
up
I
some
love
hammocks
I love the fact that it was really relaxed in that way.
And Nick and Mahina have such a beautiful way with kids as well. So they, you know, they help out with the kids, and they understand what the parents need and what the kids need and can put that balance together. One of the things I loved about how Nick and Mahina have set up their business is that the cost that they give you is it covers everything, covers all the port fees, covers all the food, covers all the Wi-Fi, air conditioning, whatever you want. So that just takes a lot of the thinking out of it, a lot of the stress, so you can really get into the experience and really relax quite quickly. So I would say stop thinking and just do it, really. I would recommend this trip with 45-degree sailing anywhere around Croatia on any island for any amount of time with Nick and Mahina to anyone. Be honest with what you're after, and they'll take care of the rest.
Absolutely, I'd agree. I absolutely agree with that. I'd also say if you haven't already, get on the phone, Skype, and chat with Nick and Mahina. If you haven't, talk about what you're after, and they can explain to you what they can do for you and with you. And then I would say get on there and book it. You will have an amazing time.
We're already looking for
our
next trip. We couldn't wait. It was one of those holidays we came back from and went, I don't want to be home. I want to be back there. I said to Owen, I could have spent 2 weeks. I could have spent a month on the boat with Nick and Mahina sailing around. So book, but just don't steal our week.
Absolutely.